All right, I'm ready to start now. So again, our topic will be Iraqi art and culture. Do you have ideas before I start my presentation? You know, guys, the topic I felt I felt it's so I mean heavy, not heavy in a passive way, but in a good way, because there are many things that we could talk about art and culture in Iraq. What do you think? Any ideas?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I said the topic was so rich. I felt it's so rich. We have many things that we can talk about. Do you have any idea before I start my presentation?
Well, as you mentioned, it is a rich topic, but I'm intrigued. Can we start with your presentation, please?
All right, I can do that. Sorry if I'll ask you to change it so we know who is talking to us, please. If you can change the name. It's called Al Watan Al Ghali, I think. So it's better to have your real name. Sorry for that. Okay. So when I started doing the presentation, I started mixing things. So I looked for things. The things here came from my memories, things from realities, different things. Again, because the topic is so rich, so I included some of the things here. Since it's very hot, super hot lately, so I started with things that happened in the past, how the weather was not as crazy as now. So one of the traditions of Iraqis was that they sleep on the roofs of their houses. I know people nowadays, or young people, they say, "Oh, okay, this is unbelievable. We can't do that." But in the past, I remember personally when I was a kid, I remember we used to sleep on the roofs of the houses. Do you have any idea about this? Or let me say, is there anybody who used to use the roofs as their bedrooms, especially in summer? Yes. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Who's holding a hand? Let me see. Rania and Sahar. Yes, Sahar. Let's start with Sahar.
Yes, I think this is very interesting point to start on our conversation regarding the Iraqi culture.
Yeah.
I remember like earlier when like in my life when we used to sleep on the roof, it was like really interesting time because that time it was first of all we cleaned the roof.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Exactly. We take the TV on the roof.
exactly, yes. I mean, I remember one time we even took the bed, like the actual, bed, we moved it and not, yeah, not sheets and stuff. No, the actual bed, not the mattress, but the
And
bed itself.
we have beds, the iron ones. They are specified for the roof of the house. I remember we had, I think, 6 of them. 6 for
Yeah.
adults and for me, 1 for a kid.
Oh, and you keep it at the roof like all time?
Yeah, because it's iron. I mean,
Mm.
and then we can fold it and put it on under a shade.
Yeah, but I remember it was like really special time for the whole family. For us as children, like it was just us looking at the stars and having stories, bedtime stories. I think this time is really, I miss it right now because we don't have that
Right,
time for bonding and such.
exactly. And then having dinner on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, watermelon. Oh my God. Thank you, Sahar. That was so interesting. Yes, Rania, go ahead.
Thank you so much. That was so interesting, Sahar. I think that was the most golden period of my life when I was a kid because I remember the weather being so great, and I remember being at my grandparents' house, and all of us would finish dinner and we'd finish everything. And at the end of the day, when we wanted to rest, we would just go up And as you mentioned, doctor, we would keep like beds specified for the roof, and they were actually covered with wood because the bed itself was iron,
Yeah.
and it would be covered. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we use mattresses. Yeah.
exactly. So the under, like above the iron bed itself, we would put wood, and then every day I remember we would take the mattresses and the duvets and the covers, pillows with us when we go
Right.
up, and we
Right.
take it.
Yes.
And I remember I loved it, but the thing is, my granddad, he was really he was old and he had an injury on his knee, so he couldn't go up with us. So
Oh.
yeah, so he would sleep in the garden. We had a lovely large garden, but the memory that I have the most, and it's really cherished, is when once he decided to go up with us, although like his knee wasn't, helpful, let's say, but he
Yeah.
still decided to go up with us. It was the most amazing day of my life. All of us, we were there.
Yeah.
I do have some painful memories because we did during the Iraqi, the latest war on Iraq, the
Yeah.
American-Iraqi war, we
Mm-hmm.
still slept there. So there are some painful memories, but maybe we can talk about it later. Let's keep the
Right.
pleasant
Right.
ones.
Right. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That was great. Yes, Haida, you have something to say?
Yes, doctor. One point actually regarding sleeping on the roof.
Yeah.
I remember the alarm system. Do you have alarm system when you try to sleep on the roof? Remember when back at the day before even 23, 2003,
Okay.
we were sleeping on the roof. There was this alarm system if you want to wake up early or not. So if you want to wake, so what we want to do, we have this big roof, and
Uh-huh.
if you want to walk early, you will sleep on the opposite side of the where the sun rises.
Yeah, that
Because
was, I mean, that was the painful thing about sleeping on the roof of the house. I hate it when the sunshine comes and then we have to
actually,
change the place.
actually it wasn't that bad because when you wake up, it's very different when you woke up today because it was you feel like this energy.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah,
You feel very good. So,
yeah,
but if you want to wake up early, you can send your bed or you can sleep on the opposite side where the sunrise. So the
right.
sun will hit you first. But if you
Yes,
want to wake up maybe later, you can shift your bed toward the other end of the
yes, exactly.
so
Right,
so you
right.
can
Yeah,
get protected from the light of the sun at least for
yes,
maybe 2 hour, 1 hour or 1 hour and a half.
yeah.
Yeah,
Few
that's all.
minutes. Yes. But again, it will be warm and we have to go down. It's
Yeah,
fun. It's fun. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, guys. Others, do you have something, memories maybe to share? Let me go to the next slide and see what do I have here. Okay, again, language. Arabic is our official language. And then we have other languages too. Do you have any comment here? I mean, it's just an idea about our culture. We have other languages such as Kurdish, Turkoman, and Syriac or Aramic, the languages spoken by Christ. Okay, gatherings. Iraqis are devoted to family, value a good education, and respect those who achieve material success through hard work. This photo, I've seen it on Facebook, I think. It's a celebration of a birthday of a kid. It's so interesting for me because see here the way the ladies are dressed and the kids also. I miss these things. I mean, the kind of formality in the dresses. So, do you think it's different nowadays? I think it's different, at least for me. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, Fatima.
How
Just
are you? I'm
I'm
good.
just a child. I see my photo in our
Uh-huh.
album. I see my mom, my aunts. yes, dress like that, and they have birthday like this picture exactly. But now it's
Yeah.
different. Yes, it is different because it is. The dress is different now.
Yeah, the dresses are
Yes,
different.
they're different. Yeah,
I remember in the past, it was normal
elegant.
for ladies,
Yes, and
elegant,
elegant.
um,
Yeah.
even inside the house. I remember the tradition is that, our family and the neighbors, everybody, we got used to change our clothes in the afternoon. So we wear just like the clothes that we wear outside. Because people will start visiting each other, even if there is no visits. There are no visits. We have to change our clothes in the afternoon. Time for tea, stuff like that,
Yes,
right?
yeah, right, right. Even my mom, she said in the past, even when she's a young lady, before she's
Hmm.
married, she said we don't dress what I call it, dishasha. She's
Yeah. Hmm.
she's never wear it. Yes, in the day, she's until when they get to the bed. Yeah, you
Yeah.
always dress shirt, their skirt, their dress,
Right.
and something elegant and simple.
Even
Yeah,
men. I don't remember anyone in
even
my
men.
family. They wear hadal t-shirts now. The the
No,
normal
no,
t-shirt.
not even in the. There is some. I think even the shorts for men is
Shorts.
better
Yes.
in Iraq.
Yeah.
Yes, they're better when they if any police traffic, what I call police in the traffic, when they see
Yeah.
any man wear short, there are
It's
have
not allowable, I
fees for
think.
that. These are not allowed. Yes, not
Right. Not
allowed for
allowed.
that. Yes.
However, I remember men used to wear dishdasha a lot in the past. Not like now. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think it is. It is.
it is different.
I think it is a radical change. As
It is a
I
radical change. Yes.
change. Yes, I think I might have this movie. It is called based on
Okay.
sex, on her sex. It is called about American lawyer, M15, and she's fighting for to just be a lawyer as a woman, to be expected from the other and the Harvard and the
Yeah.
lawyer company. They don't respect women in this major actually, and they have difficult to
Yes.
interference of the,
To
this
interfere.
special when she was a young. Yes, called this is radical change. I think it is. This is word printed in
Yeah.
my mind.
Radical
Radical change.
change.
Yes, it's everything. Yes, radical
That's
change
what
is everything. It's now radical
exactly.
change.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. But the surprise is that people they like this change. Although I consider it not good. I don't want to say bad, but it's not good. I remember a couple of situations took place in front of me in certain malls in Baghdad. The guards they deprived young men to enter the mall because they were not wearing shoes or because they were wearing shorts and t-shirts, not a formal kind of clothes, and they didn't like it. The kids, these young people, the young men, they didn't like it. They started complaining because they were not allowed to go inside the malls. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not the kind of person who likes the past, but again, there are certain things which are good that used to take place in the past. Yes, Sahar, go ahead.
Yeah, I think right now, I mean, this is a trend worldwide where there is low effort
Uh-huh.
in presenting yourself to the world.
Yes.
And because, as you mentioned, like before, women used to dress nice even
Hmm.
inside the house. Right now, I would say a lot of Iraqi women still dress really nice outside of the house, But once
Yeah.
they're alone of the public gaze, yeah.
Yes.
So this is the issue of low effort. People don't want to put effort into like the way they dress, the way they present themselves.
Do you think
They
it is?
prefer,
Do you think this
yeah.
is related to motivation? I think they lack motivation.
I
Or
mean,
maybe, okay, hold on. I think there is a reason. I don't know if you agree or not.
yes.
Technology. They are busy with their phones, right?
I mean, this is because also the world is fast paced right now. So
Yeah,
everything is really fast. Again, you mentioned technology.
right.
So maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, there are, I think, many reasons behind that. But
Mm,
again, it's now I'm thinking about ladies in the West. When they
yes.
wake up in the morning, they have a
Mhm,
routine to take
mhm.
a shower and then wear a nice outfit, just like the clothes they go outside. I don't know how they do it. Sometimes I get tired from wearing my outfit all the time, but I did it anyway when I lived in the United States. It was very nice to be ready to go outside whenever you like. And then wearing the jewelry that matches these clothes. It's a very delicate process. I like it. So I know it's hot here. It's we can't wear our clothes all the time, but it's just a. I mean, it's a comparison between ours and theirs. I don't know. Okay, Rasha. It's about feeling comfortable at home. Yeah, same thing. Um, Wearing cozy clothes is the best thing about being at home. Cozy in the winter, but comfy clothes. Yeah, you are right, Rasha. Very good. Yes, Rania, you are raising your hand.
Thank you so much. I actually have separate theories regarding this topic. One of
Okay.
them is being that the majority of women currently are working women. I'm one of them as well, just like you all are, the women who
Yeah.
are here. I feel like we spend a lot of our time and a lot of our day wearing pretty clothes, wearing heels, wearing makeup, wearing, let's say, uncomfortable clothes.
Right.
We are not always in a comfortable environment, and we go outside in this weather. We are facing difficult situations when we go outside. So when we go home, we just want to do nothing other than be lazy. We just want to be
That is
lazy.
right. Yes.
We want to be like as comfortable as we can be. This is like
True.
an aspect. The other aspect, I think that as you and Sahar both have mentioned, with the rise of technology and the internet, we used to think that our house was private. There was a privacy for our bedroom, for our living room, for the entirety of our house.
Yeah.
Currently, live streams are being done in the bathrooms.
Right.
Everyone,
Yes.
yeah, we can see what other people are wearing. And
Mhm.
to be honest, this is something that we got from the West, which is, as like you all mentioned, the lack of effort, lack of presenting yourself. It's not a
Mhm.
bad thing. However, it's new, especially with the young generations, because they associate wardrobe or clothes with self-expression.
Mhm. Right. Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So when you mentioned the mall and the kids, I don't think they realize that when you go outside, you have to make an effort. You have to look presentable because you never know who you're going to see. And first impressions are really important and they last forever. So I think all that was going through their minds. This is my right. I want to be free. I want to be just like my friend who's in the US, for example, or the person that I
Yes.
saw on TikTok.
Yeah. I
I think,
think
yeah,
it's the way they think, the way of thinking. So it's not a matter of value for them to be presentable.
exactly.
The
Exactly.
important thing is comfy clothes, and I saw it in the States. I usually get the comments, you are always looking formal. I mean, I'm not wearing the suit or something, but again, the way we dress, it's formal for them. I used to see students, and it's a shock for me also to see students coming to class in slippers or in pajamas if they woke up late. It was a shock for me.
Yeah.
I think we're getting this here in Iraq now. New generations, they are doing this. Yeah.
I think it's a form of not only self-expression but expressing control, because these are the things that they can somehow control. They cannot control their grades, they cannot control their popularity, they cannot control how the world is going really fast around them, they cannot control where they live. So this is, I think this might give them a sense of being in control and a sense of being in charge of who they are.
Yeah,
Maybe,
discipline.
I think so.
I think discipline. It will be good. I mean, don't take me. Don't understand me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that appearances are very very important. I know that the gist of the human being is also important. But again, it's nice to be tidy from the outside. And this is my personal point of view. All right. Who else? Other comments? Or let's go to the next slide. Tribal loyalty plays an important role in Iraqi society. I think this is very important in our society. For people who haven't been to the States, this is also, I mean, we can find it also there. I remember when I lived in West Virginia, I was surprised also to see that there is there are family ties. I was surprised to find that the community there looks like ours also. So one of the students, I used to go with her to her, I mean, she invited me a couple of times to her house. I was surprised to find that a whole area, it's all devoted to her family and to her relatives. So they are living in the same area. Her grandparents, her parents, her aunts, her uncles, all of them, they live in the same area. And I remember she was in a relationship with a guy, an Arabic guy, and she wanted to marry him, but her mother was against that idea because of the differences, because of everything. And she wanted her to marry a guy from the same area in order to live in the same, compound, let's say. And now she's living there, and she had 2 kids. So it was so surprising for me. Again, the family ties that I noticed there, how they are connected. Media, they gave us a misshaped picture of the American society. What do you think? Really? No comment?
Dr. Rafat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Noor.
Go ahead, Haidar. Sorry.
Oh, he was raising a hand. You're fine. You can speak and he can go next.
I know I didn't catch the last part, actually. Sorry. So I
Oh,
want to ask you.
okay.
Yes, sorry.
No, yeah, it's okay, Noor. I'll take it from here. Well, yes, doctor. So apparently, I get the misleaded picture from the media because I'm a little bit shocked when you tell me that the the Western community have this tribal loyalty. I think
Yeah.
this case you just told us about is a rare one. I don't.
No, because I found another group. It was my professor in the University of Wyoming. So she told us, and we were all shocked. We said, really? She was, I mean, not so very old. She's still young. And she had, I think, how many kids?
Yes,
She
but
said
doctor,
10.
how about the casual friend you had in the university? I mean,
To
your
some
friend.
extent, yes. To some extent, yes.
Yeah, they barely have connection to their father and mother. They
No,
communicate with them by via email. That's that. I mean, I didn't live in USA, so I don't have the right to
yeah.
say. But I think even in Russia, the family communication. Even I consider Russia as kind of a tribal.
I
Uh,
consider it as a tribal too. Tell me, is it true? Are they different?
yeah, the new generation. They used to be apparently they used to be a tribal, but the new
Okay.
generation now they are mimicking what the Western community doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are
Hmm.
doing the same thing. After 18, you lose connection to your family, and by family I mean your father, your parents. and
Yes,
then
yes.
you go on your own with your life. You barely communicating with them, something like that. But
I'm
in
not sure
US,
about that, Haidar. You know that I lived with different, I mean, American people, American. So I've noticed that, and this is again, I don't know if other people they have the same point of view or not. But from my experience with these American people, I've seen that this is a critical age. When the kids get 18 years and up to 20, let's say, or 21, they have these revolutionary thoughts. They want to go outside the family, live alone, do crazy things.
prove
But then
themselves.
after that age, yeah, after the 21, 22nd year of age, they start, they get back together to these strong family ties. Even if they live abroad or live whatever, you can never imagine. So till now, I follow them on Facebook and see their gatherings, the relationship between them. I mean, frankly speaking, even their struggles and their fights, they are not like ours. I mean, we are very extreme, even
So,
in these things.
so
Yeah,
can you please tell me some kind of percentage, if you can, vaguely,
yeah. Hmm.
whether how about so among the friends that you were knowing, uh,
Yeah.
how much who did at least have a small communication with their family? So they gathered, as you have said, they gathered in Christmas or any other occasion. Can you give me a percentage?
You mean they gather just in these events, right?
Yeah, but they gathered. Yeah.
Oh, well, for gatherings, I mean, all of my friends, they gather for these events, at least for these events, but they keep their ties with their families. If you say that a percentage of the people whom I know and they have weak relationship with their families, I can say 10 to 15% only.
My God, I see.
Yeah,
I see. I
yeah.
did not expect that.
I was surprised. I'm telling you, I was very surprised. And now I have a different, totally different picture of American
Well,
people there.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a very good thing. I mean, media and the politics is different from real life. So don't take politics for granted.
So I'm sorry.
Everywhere.
I don't mean to go on in this argument, but maybe the environment of Wyoming.
Oh, not only Wyoming. Haidar, I've been to 28 states. And I'm
All of
talking yeah, all of them. I
Mhm.
have acquaintances in all of these states. And yeah, I've met different kinds of American people. And the same idea, same idea. It was very nice. I mean, if you go with them and see these meetings, not only with their families, this is the thing. That's why I love the community there. It's not only with family, even with strangers, even with co-workers.
Of
They
course.
do gatherings to get people close together. I couldn't find this even in our society, to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
honest.
That is
Yeah,
interesting in a good way, I guess. In good way.
yeah, very interesting. Yes. Okay, Sahar, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that, I mean, to what you said, Dr. Fatma,
Yeah.
that basically the American community is very strong in nature. They're very conservative.
Yeah,
I don't know why the
exactly.
impression that a
Thank
lot of
you. Thank
Iraqis
you.
have.
You second
Of,
me. Yes.
yes, so I don't know like why they have this like impression that maybe there is a rebel period that teenagers go through, but at the
Mhm.
end they're really connected. And actually, right now, the U.S. and the Western world is moving back to conservatism. So they
Yes.
are going back, I would say, because there was a period of liberation where these familial ties,
Mhm.
there were calls to break these familial ties because they are like a rotten institution and all of these things. But now they are moving back to the importance of
Right,
family.
right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is very good also. Yeah, let me tell you a story. It's not only, I mean, direct relatives, it's also the extended relatives. They get the protection of all family members. I remember one of my friends, I mean, the daughter of one of my friends, she got married to an old man. I mean, he's considered old for her. There's a 20 years among them, between them, the two of them. So the man had 3 kids, and then when she got married, she had a son. So her mother, she was the grandmother, the direct grandmother of her son, but she's very protective of the children of the man also. They got a problem with their real mom, and then she was very, I mean, aggressive, let me say, in a positive way. She was very aggressive to protect them. She was very furious how they were abused by their mother, just like she's their real grandmother, and they loved her too much. So bottom line is that these relationships are deep within them. I don't know how they do it, but when they love with great emotions. Yep. I was about to say something else, but I forgot. What is it? Okay, I remembered. The surprising thing is that I discovered when I went there, I told you my experience with all American friends. I was very shocked. I was surprised by the reality of their community. And the other shock I got is that Arabs and Iraqis, they had the other way. They don't get the positive way. When they go there, they took the freedom, let me say the term of freedom, in its, I mean, extreme way. So they start getting revolutionary against their families, the kids, I mean, and they lose their ties with their origin. They want to get rid of their traditions, which is very sad. So that is what I noticed when I lived in the States. If you don't have any other comment, let me go to the next slide and we'll see. All right. Now, here I have percentages of, these are facts about the minorities of people who live in Iraq. So we have different sectors. We have Chaldeans, Assyrians, we have Armenians, Arabs, Kurds, etc. Western clothing style have been widely adopted in Iraq. However, many Iraqis continue to wear the traditional clothes. Let's pick on Baghdad, for example. There are still areas that stick to these traditional kind of clothes, such as, for example, Al-Rahmaniyah, if you agree with me. Women, I feel when I go there sometimes in an errand, I feel just like I'm in real Iraqi society. The way women talk, or even men, their clothes, I feel that I am living in old Baghdad. Tell me, what is your experience? Yes, Rania?
Well, for me, I have, I don't know if you're going to agree or not, but I think the older generation, let's say our grandparents, are still sticking to their roots, and they're still still wearing traditional clothes. They're still wearing traditional outfits, and I think that it depends on the areas.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Depends on the areas, and also it depends on the age itself. So young women, young men, who are, let's say, still have the revolutionary spirit, or still want to be different, be unique, are wearing, let's say, Western clothes. And the older that this is what I've noticed, I can be wrong, but the older that we get, I think that we start to gravitate towards our roots, our traditions. We start to look like our parents more. We want to look like our parents more. So I think this is my personal opinion. I can be wrong, but thank you.
No, you're right, and thank you for sharing this. Let me tell you something else. If you have noticed, nowadays or lately, we have movements to revive the past, kind of. So if you have noticed how the designers of the clothes, especially for women, they have these mantles and it's all filled with calligraphy and designs that depict Iraqi old life. Have you noticed that? It's so popular nowadays. For example, dishes and plates and cups. It's all calling for old way of life. Maybe jewelry, even the designs of jewelry. Do you agree? I think it's not only using the old tradition and copying our parents, but if we have the modification of these things, it will be revived, come to life again. Yes, Sahar.
But there is also this idea of nostalgia, and people
Yes.
are
Yeah.
always nostalgic to the past. They always want to live. There's even this phrase like, I was born in the wrong generation.
Yes.
Yeah, a
Exactly.
lot of people say it that this is like not suitable. Especially the 80s and 90s are always romanticized, like they
Right.
are the best years, which they are not. Like
They
Iraq
are not.
was
Yeah.
in terrible condition, like financial, economic, everything. There was war happening, but at the same time, like there is this idea of romanticizing and glorifying the past. Um, so I have this question also. I don't know if, like, let's say 50 years from now, I don't know if
Yes.
people will be nostalgic to the time that we're living in right now.
Maybe, because this is the norm. Have you noticed that? And in each era, in each period of time, all people will say the past was better than the present. I think this is personal. I mean, it's related to the person himself or herself, because the things he lives, the feelings he has or she has, they are so dear to him. That's why, I mean, this is the source of this feeling. So there is no time which is better than other times, but it's related to our own experience. Any other comment? Do you have something else to say?
Yes, Dr. Rafat, I have something about traditional dress
Yes,
and about question for Sahar. No,
yes.
I think even the past have a problem, have problem economic. All Iraqis suffer from that, but I think it is the peace is the most important thing we miss now. In the past, we have a great country, and now we have nothing. Just
Um,
departed
yes.
cities. Yes, and this is
Let's
what's
just
called, yeah.
let's cut it here, Noor. Let's cut it here,
So
because I
I
mean,
think
this will lead
past
us
is
to
was better
another
for me.
discussion. Yes, let's
Yes,
leave it here. We all have our own thoughts about that period. Maybe you felt safe. Other people did not feel safe. Let's keep it here, and let's go to the other slide.
traditional.
Yes,
Tradition, but I think, Dr. Fatima, we must
yes.
keep about our traditional clothes like abaya. Traditional, it's
Yeah,
very
Abaya.
important for us. Yes, it's very important for us. I'm very. It is to be for new generation to respect that and to wear that in special occasion like regional occasion because it is this is who we are like tradition like a Kurdish like Ashurian.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, it is about the Western cultures. It is invaded us in our media, and all the new generation want to be like Western clothes.
The
So
important
it must
thing,
be keep
yeah,
it, yes,
I agree with you. The
something
most
Iraqi.
important thing, yes, something
Yeah,
Iraqi. It's part of our identity, but still, we should be aware of extremism. Personally, when I feel pressure, this is important. This is you have to do this because this will say that you are Iraqi. I mean, I'll not obey. I'll not have a passion to do it. But again, if I enjoy it as it is, abaya, for example, nowadays we have kind of modified versions of abaya. They add embroideries, they do it in a nice way. We have certain places that we should wear abaya before going there. In certain provinces, for example, I don't feel comfortable walking without mantle or abaya. Okay, so I wear it out of courtesy. All right. For example, kids nowadays, if you have noticed, especially girls, I mean, also for sure it's girls. So when they reach the maturity years, the maturity age, they design certain clothes for them to celebrate their adulthood, the beginning of their adulthood. I think this is very nice to have colorful mantles with the dress and everything. This is very nice. This will strengthen their identity. This will make them love abaya. Again, let me see another example. I was thinking of something else. Okay, sorry, I'm losing my threads here. Yeah, so I think it is nice. It is nice. It's part of our identity. I lost the thread anyway. Okay. Let's see. Makeup and golden jewelry are very popular for women in Iraq. Silver rings and are common among men. What do you think? I also love silver jewelry. What do you think?
I love all jewelry.
All of them.
Of course,
Even
of course,
trinkets. A
well,
trinket is a term. Yes, Haida.
For man, silver jewelry
Yeah,
in Baghdad.
of course. Yeah. I mean, don't you wear these rings?
Not really, actually. Well, I think for man, the most common accessory in Baghdad, yeah, maybe, maybe students or little bit above their age. But the most common accessory that we like to wear is the watch. And
Yeah. This is the norm. But I mean, it's not a rule that men have to wear jewelry. But again, chains, they are usual among men. Don't you agree? Yes.
Yeah, chains maybe. Not me, but it's okay.
Yes.
But something, maybe a bracelet.
Bracelets, yes, and rings. Yeah, that's it.
Rings for those who engage, who they are engaged, right?
Now we have rings with these stones, precious stones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see?
Of course. We have a lot of them.
Yes, a lot of them.
I do not admire them so much, but they are kind of interesting because every stone has its origin,
a meaning. Yes,
and
a meaning. Yes.
and even some spiritual or some power, some strange power embedded with it that can protect you or give you money or something like that.
Yes.
It's very interesting. But
it is interesting.
I heard it's a good thing if you wear one of those rings when you are praying. It's a habit that is to be done by Prophet Muhammad, and old people doing it right here. They wear it just when they are praying.
Okay, so this is very traditional ideas, Haidar. Let me give you something else. First of all, if you check nowadays, there are different designs, very fancy for men's jewelry, especially for rings. So you can't think of anything just to collect them. They are very nice. This is first. Second, away from religion, away from superstitions, the body, when it gets, I mean, you know that we are connected to sand. So because these stones are natural, that's why their connection with the body is very good. It will do you good physically and spiritually if you study some. Yeah, it's correct. It is scientific. It's correct and scientific. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then and I especially if it is, see, this is the justification of this. So it's all related. If I want to separate it, I cannot. Anyway, so the stones, if they are connected to silver, it will be a very good combination for physically and mentally. I try it personally. So when I wear silver jewelry, I'll feel good. I don't know why, but for no reason. I just feel in peace. I don't get angry very quick. I don't know why, but it's so strange. Let me tell you something also. When I went to the States, I had, in my trips to the States, in my first time to the States, I get chaos whenever I go there. airplanes get delayed in airports, getting late, stuff like that. So I fed up. I started complaining when I went to visit one of the American families there. The man was specialized in chemistry, and he was obsessed with the stones. He used to collect them. He was working in one of the companies, mining companies, and they used to go to mountains. So he said, "Do you believe in stones?" I was surprised. I said, "Okay." He said, "It's not superstition, but because I study stones, I found out that there are stones that will get things easier for you. Just to try it." So he gave me from his collection a stone, which is not pink, it was purple, kind of purple. He said, "Take this one and put it in your purse and tell me what happens." Since that time, I didn't get any problem in any airplane, in any trip, itinerary, or airport. It was so strange. I don't know why.
It's very
Okay.
strange, you know.
It is interesting. Yes.
And if you cannot connect the reasoning, it will be a little bit more weirder, because
Yes.
our mind, even especially the educated people, it's very hard
I know.
to accept.
It's very hard to believe.
And we
Yeah.
need to connect the reasoning and understand everything. But yes, if I want to comment, one neighbor of ours, he's a doctor,
Yes.
and I remember that I saw him wear some sort of silver bracelet. So I asked him.
Yes.
He's very big, by the way, very old,
Yeah.
and he has a very high degree in very high, above PhD, I think.
Okay.
Okay, and I asked him what this bracelet means. It doesn't seem like it's for beauty or show off. He said me it's a medical one, and it somehow can increase the flow of the blood in your body. So I
Yeah,
think there is
this is
scientific
correct.
part of it,
Yes.
connecting to this part. So
The
maybe,
interesting. Yeah. Continue. Go ahead.
yeah. So this idea was supporting what you are saying. They have connection to the body, but
Yes.
I think we don't still fully understand it.
Yeah, we don't understand it because it's unclear. It's vague for us. You know what, Haidar? Also, if you go deep studying stones, it is said that the stones are alive. I don't know. Some say that it's related to jinnis, and
Sounds
yeah.
like you believe that, doctor. And you believe it just because.
I
Okay,
do believe it.
let's face that. Do you believe that or not?
Yes,
Because I
I
don't.
believe it. Partly, I believe it because I've tried it. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something strange.
Mhm.
So once somebody gave me a gift, a stone. Okay. Let's see, two stones, in fact. I like them, and I like to do jewelry out of stones. So I kept them. I didn't have time to go to the jewelry shop or store to do them. I was planning to get them as rings.
Okay.
So he said, after some time, I looked for them. They were in my purse, the small purse that I keep my money in.
Mhm.
And I looked for the second one. I couldn't find it. It was there, believe me, because I'm very careful with my things. All right, I don't lose anything. Knock the wood. All right. So I looked for it. At that time, I didn't pay attention. After, let's say, 6 months, I met the same friend who gave me that gift, and we started. It came, by the way, the topic came by the way, and I mentioned the stones. So I said, okay, one of them I missed it, but I'm sure that I keep them both together. The same pocket of that purse. Okay. And she said, okay, here's the mistake. I told you to separate them. Don't put them together because they will not get along together. Okay. So the other one, it ran away. I know it's hard to believe, but believe me,
it's not about not hard to believe. I don't want to believe. This is so scary.
It is scary.
Yeah,
Let me give you the more scary detail.
Well,
Once
please
I
do.
was, yes, I was through my stuff in one of the drawers where I keep my tiny things, and I found that one there. Okay, and it's a way. I mean, I don't ever put my purse there. Okay, but I
Well,
found it.
this conversation is turned to horror story, doctor.
It is. I mean, in my life, if we sit together, I have many strange stories to tell.
But for me, I live in, I live in Najaf, right? And we live in the
Yes,
center of those stories and those substitution, all of that. And
yes.
I heard my father, even my uncles, tell me that have encountered such high powerful thing, jinnis,
Yeah,
something
see?
like that. But me myself, I've never encountered any of that. I don't
I
know
did.
why.
I did, Haider. Although, see here, I consider myself a person who doesn't believe in these superstitious and, I mean, magical things.
Yes.
But I experienced such a thing when I was studying in Baghdad. I mean, I lived in my aunt's house for a certain time, okay, to do my study. And we hear the stories. My aunt used to say that our house is kind of haunted because we asked around, because we hear things. We
Listen,
see the doors
maybe
closing and opening.
it's connected to psychology. If you are used to it and you keep getting the idea,
Well,
you will
no, no, no.
somehow
Just let me finish. Let me finish. Okay.
okay.
So she lived there several years, and the kids were talking about these things just like it's part of their lives because we don't believe it. That's why we're not scared. Sometimes we say maybe it's the wind. Sometimes, I mean, and there are stories that my aunt and her husband, they keep away from the children because in order not to scare them. They used to see things. For example, sometimes they see a person carrying a candle, and we discovered that later. Okay, so basically, these stories stayed in the background until one time, again, sleeping on the roof of the house. It was 2005, and I came to do my exams, all right, in college.
Yes.
So we were still, me and my cousins were sleeping on the roof of the house, and then gun shoots gun shooting started. So we took our mantles and we got inside the room, one of the rooms in the second floor, and we closed the door. And it's hard to get back to sleep. My cousins, they went to sleep right away, and I was struggling to go back to sleep. At that time, I started hearing kind of just like an animal or something scratching on the door, and then somebody just like playing with a ball. Okay, so I was very scared.
I start to get
And
this.
okay, I started to be very clear. That sound, scratching, and then playing with the ball, scratching again. It continued until the the prayer time. لحد ما أذن المؤذن, it stopped. I was so panicked. Okay, I couldn't move. I couldn't say anything because I was so scared. All right, and as if somebody was pushing the door of the room. Okay, and then it stopped. So I started getting ready to do the prayer, and then I went downstairs. I saw that my aunt was sleeping in the living room next to the staircase. And I said, I was so scared yesterday, so and so happened. And my aunt said, okay, I heard it, but again, I was so scared to go upstairs and see if you are okay or not. Okay, so yeah, it happens. I don't know.
So two people heard it at the same time. So
Yes,
we
because we were awake. Yeah.
uh well, yeah. I mean, I wish not to be in such an experience.
Right.
Even though I want to experience it to see if that happened or not. I don't know what to believe now. Well, I don't.
Yeah. So when we asked about the house itself, it turned out that there was somebody who was, there was a grave underneath.
Dr. Fatima, are you speaking for real?
Yes, for real. Believe me. Yes.
Oh my God. Well, I think you're stronger than even. This is very strange experience.
It is very strange.
Oh my
So,
God.
because I told you, they didn't tell us the whole truth. That's why we were living, I mean, normally. But then when we discovered it, we started to get scared, although we were adults. And if you hear other stories from other members of the family, they all notice things, but we used to ignore it because, I mean, nobody told us that.
And you still,
There's something.
and your family still own that house?
No, they sold it.
Oh,
After the father died, yeah,
but
and
you
they
know,
sold it.
I was thinking when you tell us about the activity we can do together as as
Yes.
English community, I thought we could visit that house maybe. That would
Oh
be
my
very
God.
interesting. Yeah, we can share all that together. We will sit together.
We'll talk about that later. I mean, these kind of stories, they are so suitable for fire camp.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, we live in fire here in Iraq.
Yeah, we
But
can
if we
do
could
that.
do that, we could go camping. It would be very nice, if we go camping and have the round circle group, and then we can tell these stories, gothic ones. Nice.
Sure.
See? Yes, so interesting. All right. Any other comments about jewelry?
Hi, Dr. Fatima. Good morning, everyone. It's not good
Hi,
morning
Rasha.
anymore. Good afternoon.
You are
Sorry,
so quiet.
I didn't hear out of session because the internet is so bad.
Oh, okay.
So I don't hear a lot of the session for today. First of all,
Mhm.
from all the things you mentioned about the tradition and art and culture of Iraqi, the one I really want to about is the jewelry of women. Because, women in the past have the jewelry without any effort. They didn't have to work like us, and still they have
Yes.
the jewelry. And yes, and this is something good, really good. At that time, I remember my grandmother, my mom, they had a lot of jewelry, and even though they are not working, and
Yes.
this is a part of the culture where the man or the husband value his women by give them a jewelry as a gift, and nothing less than jewelry. I mean, even silver is not considered as a gift at that time. It's only
Yes.
gold,
Exactly. Yeah,
um,
exactly. Mhm.
and for me, I don't like men to wear jewelry, especially those men who wear more than rings.
Yes. Mhm.
This is give negative vibes about the men. I don't feel that I respect them. I don't know why, and maybe I don't know how. But I think nowadays I know a lot of men wear more than even their necklace, even bracelets, rings, and this is something not related to our tradition. I don't accept men who wear that amount of jewelry. I just respect that. I don't like that at
Yeah.
all. I don't know
You,
how
you you
people
are
think about
right.
it, but this is my point of view.
You
Mm.
are right because I mean the
And when it comes to
personality. Yeah.
stones,
Yes.
um, I have a personal story about the stones. There's one guy who's from Russia, and I don't like
Yes.
him, by the way. And he
Okay.
grabbed me a special stone. I really afraid of wearing them. I never pick them out. I just keep them away from my stuff. I don't know how to, to deal with it. I don't know how, where I can, how to deal with it. I just keep them away from my stuff. I'm really scared about using or wearing it. You think,
Well,
Dr. Fatima, you are
you
correct when it
can
comes to stone.
throw it in the river. That is the safest way. Did you hear me, Rasha? You can throw it in
I
the
see.
river.
I
Yeah,
think this is the
it's
safe
the
way.
yeah,
Okay,
it's the
yes, yes.
safest way. This is first. Let
Mm.
me tell you another fact about stones. They say that we said that there is an effect of
Okay.
stones. The especially if you get it right away from the cave or from the mountain, the power of that stone is very, I mean, great. But when you touch it, with the touches, with the contact with of other surfaces, the power started to decrease. Okay, the power of stones starts to decrease because it's getting
I
away
see.
from the source. With the touches, yeah, it loses some of the power. So if you would like to revive the power of that stone, you have to, soak it in water and sand, or with sand first. Put it in sand inside. You have to bring sand and then bury it in this sand for a whole night. When you get it out, it will restore its power. It's so interesting. I mean, it's a whole world. The world of stones is very nice, and
Bizarre.
yeah, the Western world also they believe in this. Have you heard sometimes they say that you have this stone? It's just like a crystallized stone. They make it just like a candle holder or just a stone. They say if you put it in the room, it will suck all the passive energy. It will clean the atmosphere of the house. So it's true, believe it. But again, you have to be careful because who
Yeah,
knows if this stone is real
so
or
in
not.
the countries, most of them are believing stone.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah. Again, it's nice.
So how to make sure that it's a real stone? Okay.
Okay, this is here you have not to believe everyone. And this is rule number 1. And then if you would like to check, I know only one way. So if you, let's say you have your phone with you, and then you have to put lights underneath the stone. So if the light is dim, then the stone is not real. If the light goes through, this stone is real. See? And there is
I
a
will try
program.
this today.
Yeah. Yes, try
Okay.
it. And then there is a program. Okay. So an app, you can download it. This will check whatever you like, but I think it's paid. It's not free. So just take a picture for the stone and it will tell you, is it real or no?
Okay, I will try this application. If it's for free, if it's not free,
Yeah,
there's no
I'm
way.
not sure. Yes. So I haven't tried it, but I think it's paid. So interesting. All right, let's see. Okay, again, clothing. I don't know, but it all goes about clothing. Let's skip this one. All right. Visiting among Iraqi relatives and friends is common occurrence. Visits are unannounced. Here, I'd like you to help me here. I noticed that when I put this, it's not totally true, except for formal matters. So our visits are unannounced. But nowadays, I've noticed that we got the Western tradition that before visiting a family or somebody else, I don't know, maybe it's because of the fast, coping of life, fast pace of life. So nowadays, people announce their visits before coming. But in the past, they just knock the door and go in a visit. Do you agree or disagree? What do you think? So, yes, yes, Noor?
I think nowadays I don't think for my relative actually. Until now, suddenly the ring bell.
So it's the same.
Yes,
Okay,
it's the
yes.
same. It's the same. But this, maybe a friend of my brothers. Sometimes they call him. We can buy to.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, yeah.
For me, for my family, I've noticed this change. So they call before coming. Maybe because now all of us are working. In the past, our parents they were not working, so they are available in the house all the time. So if we are available or not, it doesn't matter. They come. What do you think? Yes, Haider, I think. Yes.
Well,
Mhm.
Doctor, speaking from logical
Yes.
perspective, I know it's a good thing to get attached to the traditional habits, but let's speak about whether it's
Yes.
useful or not. I don't see any benefits if you want to go to someone and you don't at least rain check to them, you send them message, you don't
Yes.
do anything. So I know it might sound like we are very well connected, that we can visit each other anytime, but I don't think that's very useful. I think it's more plausible to send them message. Maybe they are, it's good for them and for you, because you might go there and you never found them, or maybe you find them they are busy and you get bumped.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's maybe a good tradition, but I don't think there is any benefit behind it. You can go, you can always send a message or check on them, and I think before, uh, before maybe 10 years or 15 years,
Yes.
we don't have mobile, so sending message or communicating before visiting was a little bit harder, even though if we have this analog phone in
Yeah.
our home, but still I don't think there is any good. If you want to go to someone, you have to just go directly to their house, knock the door, and enter. I don't see
Exactly.
any benefit behind it.
Yeah, you're so correct in this. Well said. I think the issue is twofold. Think about it. I remember when I was a kid, when people visit us unannounced. Of course, if we like them. If we don't like them, we're in a big trouble. But if we like them, the surprise is so nice. The excitement of meeting them, even if they come without announcing their visits, is nice. On the other hand, if you are unprepared, let's say you are unprepared to receive guests, or you have something else, something to do, this is not good. Again, it's difference of way of living. In the past, I mean, women, I don't know if you agree with me or not, they are not used to work. I mean, all the women in the house. Now, women get more jobs, right? So that's why maybe they are not available at home. They are not prepared with delicacies and beverages, stuff like that. So again, it's good. Thinking about the matter itself, it's good to announce the visit uh, other than, I mean, unannounced visits. Okay. Other comments? Or shall I go to the next one? Food. Iraqis eat 3 meals a day. Maybe this changed also because of the way of our living. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What do you think about tea time? Is it still available? By the way, we got this tradition from the British occupation. So tea should be at 4 or 5. Okay. Meals end with dark, sweet tea. Coffee is an update to our community. Do you agree? It's an update. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me see. What is my presentation? 5 meals. Okay.
Only 2 meals, and through the day, they eat every day, along the day. And this is something really, the main cause of obesity related, really the nutrition. And I think I said that the coffee is updating our community. We used to have only tea, some cookies, traditional cakes, and that's
Yes.
all when it comes to snacks. Now, there are many snacks, chips, chocolate. They the Americans
Yes.
eat it like a snack, not a main meal
Mm-hmm.
when it's controlled. So, I traditional food culture is more serious.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't,
Yeah, I do agree with that. I do
I
agree.
saw a lot of, large
Yes.
and people are getting fat and it's in a crazy way.
Right. I do agree with that. if you remember, at certain times, especially in wartime, we didn't have this luxury of getting all of these kinds of pastries and snacks. So we used to bake cakes at home, bake cookies or biscuit or whatever. Okay, so we didn't have this variety of food, but that was good also, right? Again, just like what you said, Rasha, I think the obesity nowadays is, I mean, more obvious because we are starting to get just like the West. We have fast food a lot. We don't eat at home because of our schedule, because of work hours. But I remember when I was a very little kid, we used to have 3 meals, basic, and tea time, fixed. It was so nice. Yes, Haidar.
Yes, doctor, I agree. We get obesity and maybe in 10 to 5 meals. But I remember like when I was I had this Chinese friend, and in their tradition they are regularly eat 5 meal, like they are
Wow.
timed. But their body is very fit and they are they are very
Their
thin.
food is
I
different,
don't.
Haidar. Their food is different.
Yeah, the food. I think the food mainly.
And also,
So they don't eat.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. The portion of the portion of the food is different. They don't eat just like us. I mean, we say it's not a good thing to put a few food or very little food in the plate, right? We used to serve huge portions.
Of course, yeah, and this is also connected. I had some, my trainer in the gym.
Yes.
He always tell me eat small meals, but put them a large meal, but with a small quantity.
Yes.
That is very good for the body.
Right.
And he connected to the the hormones of the body, that the body need to keep producing insulin or something like that. So there are science behind it.
Right.
I think it's a good thing if you eat multiple meals, even 3 or 5 per day, but don't make them with a large quantity, just small
Yes,
quantity.
exactly. Or maybe play it psychologically and arrange everything in one plate, one big plate. That will do you good also. Salad, main course, whatever you like.
Yes,
Yeah.
that will work. Yes.
Yes. Any other comments? Okay, let me see. Maybe this is the last. Oh no, we still have present. Sorry, guys. Is it long now? Do you want to end the session? Still, I have many slides to show.
No, I don't was actually.
Okay. All right. Look at this. I think we do have this tradition till now. So when the guest leaves the house, all the family will say goodbye to them at the door. Okay. Households often include extended family members of several generations. Well, I can't say that for now. Now we tend to get small families, right? But usually Iraqis have big families. What do you think? Let me see who wants to speak. Okay. Or maybe this is a comment. Yes, Haidar. Good thing I'm at work vacation. Okay. Thank you, Haidar. All right, go ahead. Any comment? Hi. Maybe you don't have any comment on this slide. Let's go next. Okay. All right. So football or soccer is extremely popular in Iraq. And here I have to correct this information, sorry. So I mentioned that the 3 main teams in Iraq, they are Zawra, Jawiya, and Talaba, right? But nowadays Shurta is getting great, right? It's on the top teams. Sorry for that. We have only Haidar as a male participant today.
Actually,
Well, yes,
I encourage Barcelona. Persian.
Yes.
Barcelona. Okay.
I don't.
Noor.
By the way, I encourage I encourage Barcelona too, especially in those days. I
Really?
think the days of Real is going away.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
By the way, we don't say encourage. We say
Yeah,
I am a fan of.
A
I'm a
fan
fan
of,
of.
yeah,
Yes.
fan
yeah,
of.
yeah. But
Uh,
with the Iraq, do you watch the Iraqi league? I don't think it's that. Is it that good?
in the past, it was very good, but now, no.
I don't think I watched a single match
Oh
in the
no.
Iraqi. Yeah, yeah.
We used to have crazy, fights about these teams. So
I
let me tell you something.
I see my organization, many my colleagues, they fighting about the Jawiya and Zawra, and
Yeah,
they attend all the
the
match.
matches.
Yes, the
Okay.
matches. Yes, they
It's
do.
a big issue, guys.
I
It's a big
surprised.
issue.
I
No,
surprised. I don't
don't
know
be.
that it
Don't be.
exists.
No. In the past, it was a big hit, the Iraqi league. So I'm a big fan of Zawra. In school, we used to fight a lot, me and my friends. So it was a big issue for me. I used to know the names of all players. And then, please do mute yourself if you will. Thank you. So when my husband proposed to me, my first question was that, uh, which team are you fan of? It was a big, I said, I'm not ready to get fights over these things. So if you are a fan of Zara, I'll marry you. If not, I'll not marry you. Okay? All right. Yes, Haider, I am a woman of principles. So I have to have a person who matches me in everything. All right. So now we agree on everything. See, every detail is important in your relationship, all right? Okay, let's see what is next.
But Dr. Fatima, sometimes difference is sweet between husbands. If you carry Barcelona and the other
But
one, yes,
not such
yeah,
differences. Not such
it's a
differences.
nice, yes, it's nice dividing.
No, no, it's not nice. I don't know. But see, now since we are fans of Al Zawra, then we are both fans of Real Madrid. We agree on many of the things. The things that I like, he likes. The things I don't like, he doesn't like. I don't want to fight with him. So we have to be in agreement with everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, it's just me, maybe. All right, let's see. Next, what do we have? Okay, art in Iraq. So Abbasid art was developed by the Abbasid dynasty. It was affected by Persian art. So architecture is rich in Iraq, and we can see it everywhere when we go. Lately, I visited Al Mustansariya school, and it was amazing. When I was a kid, I didn't like the historical places. I thought it was at that time. I thought it was boring. I didn't like them. But now it's marvelous when I started paying attention to details. It's so nice. And thinking about who lived there or who visited that place. It's so interesting. And the more interesting thing is that our kind of work or artwork, the architecture in particular, it's affected by the area around us. So it's affected by Persian art. But still, I'm convinced that our kind of art affected the area, not vice versa, because our civilization is older than theirs. So maybe they were affected by our art. What do you think? If you have any comment, of course. If not, we can move.
I think, Dr. Fatima, we have a lot of historical places, especially here in Persian. Baghdad, but I see documentary and on Jazeera,
Yes.
and someone Iraqi historical. They're talking about Ottoman Empire. They destroyed it all to build this street for their army.
Oh,
So it is in
hold on.
Syria, the last, I think. Yeah,
No, here I have to add something, Noor.
yeah.
I don't think they destroyed it. They renovated it. Okay, they kept the original, but they renovated everything, just like Al Mutanabbi Street. But however, there are certain private buildings. The government has nothing to do if the owner decided to, I mean, to destroy it. They can't do anything against it.
Because you have a lot knowledge about how keep our historical places,
Yes,
like Al Kufa Mosque. As I visit the lastly Al Kufa Mosque, I say
yes,
the Kufa Mosque, the historical walls, it is
yes.
painted and renewed, but it is historical. How can do that for historical places? It is not just how can I say يرمم المكان
Yeah,
or something. Yeah, yeah.
reconstructed. Yes,
Reconstruct this. I think it
yes.
is more be careful about these historical places.
Exactly. I can't
Yeah.
say more about this because there are sure, I mean, specialized people who are taking care of these processes. So again, I don't think they'll destroy it if they, especially if they are historical. It's against the law. They have to protect it, and unless it is private. If it is a private, they don't have the say, unless they buy it from the owner. So it's a chain. Okay. So again, I think Al Rashid Street, they kept it as it is, but they reconstructed it. So it will be nice, just like Al Mutanabbi Street. And I'm planning to go there and see it. So I think they'll keep it. All right, let's go next. Again, we're still in arts. So here I listed some of the, I have a story, in fact, about this artist. The pioneers, have you heard about the pioneers? The pioneer group, it's the Iraq's first modern art group. It's formed by the painter Faq Hassan in the 1930s. So let's be honest, guys. Iraq is famous for poetry, not for other kinds of. And we are famous we're famous for architecture also. Okay, so painting, it's kind of new to Iraqi community, Iraqi society. So Faq Hassan, he studied outside Iraq, and he brought his knowledge and started a group calling they called themselves the Pioneers, and this group was supported by the government. The government sent this group to France to study art, painting, and sculpture. And the story that I have for you, I don't know if it is true or not, but again, it's interesting. When they went there, at that time, they said there was no national anthem for Iraq. So they gathered all of the groups in a field or something, and auditorium, and they introduced the Iraqi group, the pioneers, and they asked them to play their national anthem after another group. They were puzzled. What can I do? What can I do? Each person of them, they said to the other, what can I do? And then there was one of them, he said, okay, he got a creative idea. For me, I consider it offensive, in fact, okay? So he started singing with the group, echoing after him, the kids' ballad, Baliya Balbul. He started singing that, and they all sang it as if it is the national anthem. So when I read that story, it was said just like as a joke, but I didn't like it. I said it's offensive for Iraq. All right? Okay, that's all I have for this slide. What other things do you know about Iraqi paintings? Have you been to an exhibit? Do you have any comment? What do you think?
I I think
I think you have
that we have a brilliant premier.
Yes, we do.
You know, very talented when it comes to painting, Dr. Fatima. And I saw a lot of your paintings, but it's really amazing. You know, even
Thank you very much.
especially those when you draw the landscape and a natural landscape, really amazing. Especially the last one, it was amazing, really.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We do have great painters nowadays, but for the pioneers, I think, you know, there is in everything, there's good thing and bad thing. They were marvelous, those group of painters. However, they brought to us the deconstruction movement for art. I don't know what's wrong with the mentality of artists, but again, just like, and forgive me for saying this, I noticed that most of Iraqis, they have this conflict of unfairness. So I am oppressed. All people they dehumanize me. Everything is bad. Nothing goes right. Stuff like that. Same with painters. So they are great in doing paintings, but again, they choose a way in which they misshape everything. So here, Rasha, you mentioned the landscape paintings. I like to do them, but when I apply them for exhibits or stuff like that, they are not, I mean, they're not highly praised because the mentality to Iraq, I mean, the deconstruction, it's a one school, but it's based on the experience of World War II. So in the West, they got horrible experiences in the war. They started depicting them in paintings, but not in as the same way that our painters did in Iraq. So they started talking about war, bad experience, killing. They started, I mean, cutting the shapes and putting them together in a way that tells a story. What happens in Iraq, they said, no, this circle will represent something. Yes, Rasha, go ahead.
This is why I feel grief and sorrow when I see such painting, Dr. Fatma. I
Yes.
don't like them. You called it this deconstruction art or painting. I don't like it.
Deconstruction.
I do believe that, you know, deconstruction. Okay, I do believe that
Yes.
it's the point of view, the real important thing about painting or any joy and
Yeah.
to the people. It's not about to give them the sense of grief and sorrow. So this is
Yes,
why I don't like them
exactly.
on the first stage.
Yeah, perfect. Well said, Rasha.
So
This is also my own point of view. Art is to tell a story and it's to show beauty. Even if it is a sad emotion, you don't misshape it. Give it another shape, okay? There are certain paintings of me, even myself, when I paint them, when I'm depressed or have a bad experience, I put that experience in there, but in a nice way. But still, I can feel it when I look at it, if you know what I mean. Yes.
I do, yes.
Yes. Okay, any other comment? Here's one figure I'd like you to remember and know, because it's part of our culture, to know the persons who are pioneers again. So do you know this guy, Rifat Chadarchi? He's a prominent
This is the first time I heard about him.
Yeah, this is very important. You have to know this person. He's very famous. I've read the book.
Okay.
It was a memoir written by his wife. So it was an excellent book. When he was sick in London, she started writing her memories with him. Okay, when she married him, his art life, everything. It was a great book, and she used to work in the College of Arts. Okay, but she mentioned details. I personally was not aware of them, but then I felt, I mean, very lucky to read the book and know this person in detail. He's very famous. So he's an architect, and he designed many residences, the palaces, but he was most noted for his public works. When we go outside in Baghdad, we should know him because he built many of these monuments. One of them is the monument of the unknown soldier. And here sometimes, yeah, I think of this shape. I didn't know what it meant. But then I discovered, I think in his own hand drawing, this shape, it's a bending woman. You can never tell, okay? So it's based on a story of a woman who lost her son in the war. And I mean, there was a soldier, I think, who's not nun or something like that. Again, so the woman, when she gets into the ground, bending over the corpse of her son, so he took that shape and put it just like this arch. It's so interesting. So he's the old Zaha Hadid, let's say, okay? All right.
I see.
Yes. I think this is the end of my presentation here, guys. Sorry I kept you so long in this meeting, but it was so
No,
interesting.
thank you. Thank you for your information that you shared with us. Thank you.
Thank you for attending session.
Yes.
So I'll send you the link for the attendance sheet. Again, you have to choose the topic for the next session, which will be on Thursday, inshallah. Okay, so this is the link. I'm sorry that someone left without filling out the form. ما أعرف منو قالت ما أقدر أبقى بالسيشن. Sorry for that. We'll ask later. Okay, so this is the link. If you don't like the topics I listed, please write down the topic that you suggest for next session. We'll meet on Thursday. So do you have any other comments, suggestion, concern, complaint?
No, thank you.